welcome to all of you coming over from Bin's Toy Bin. Thanks so much for subscribing. This week I'm going to be taking a look at a really cool post-apocalyptic sci-fi anime movie. No relation at all to the novel of a very similar name. This is King of Thorns. Okay, so there's a lot to dissect with this one. It's a survival horror drama meant to function somewhat as a sci-fi retelling of Sleeping Beauty. King of Thorns takes place in a world ravished by a new disease that turns people's bodies to stone. They call it the Medusa virus. In order to try to stave it off, select individuals diagnosed with Medusa are chosen to go into cryo to sleep until the researchers have found a cure. But they awaken to a horror-filled lab infested now with monsters, and the movie, from here on out, turns into aliens. Now, there are a lot of twists and turns in this movie, and it's written in a way to keep you guessing at every turn. What is Medusa, and where did it come from? What happened to the lab, and what are these monsters infesting it? Who is trustworthy in what is undoubtedly some sort of government conspiracy? There are tons of questions that the viewer will be asking and hoping to find out the answers to as the characters start dropping like flies. I think that the biggest problem with this movie is that there's way too much going on in it, and the complex plotline starts to get a bit hard to follow. I mean, it's clearly intended to be hard to follow, but not all of the questions get answers to them, which kind of bugs me. Not only is the film confusing and hard to follow, but the metaphor comparisons with Sleeping Beauty are not subtle. They have a character who is obsessed with the story, constantly beating the viewer over the head with the analogy, and I'd have liked them to be a bit less heavy-handed with it. But this is an extremely rewarding film, even if it tries to be a bit more clever than it actually is. The plotline is fascinating, and all of the characters are incredibly engaging. It's a bit unusual in a survival horror to have a cast as relatable and likable as these, and they were fantastic to watch and great to get to know. Furthermore, there are a bunch of little hints into everyone's past that make them really interesting and well-rounded. The action is all really fun as well, and this movie delivers on the gruesome monster front. However, what's a little annoying to me is how every action scene switches to a weird and awkward CGI, while the non-action stuff is rendered in 2D. They were trying to be sneaky with it, but it's easy to pick up on and feels weird whenever it happens. I wish they had just done everything in 2D, but I understand their budget may not have allowed for that. All in all, this was a really cool movie, but now I kind of want to read the manga for a broader scope. Apparently, there were quite a few changes made to the story, and I'm looking forward to furthering my experience with these characters. That was it for my review of King of Thorns. I hope you enjoyed the video. New reviews of animated TV shows and movies every Wednesday. So please be sure to subscribe, add me on Facebook or Twitter if you'd like, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!